There are indeed legends in this manga haul, and I'm so stoked about it, so let's jump straight into it, shall we? Hello brothers and sisters, my name is Daidarius, and welcome to my manga haul of October 2024. We are in the final quarter of 2024, and I have a lot of catching up regarding my wish list. Luckily, I'm making a lot of progress in this video as well. It's gonna be the trend for the rest of the year. Actually, that usually is with these wish lists. Anywho, let's get straight into my manga haul. And first up, we have Soul Eater: The Perfect Edition Volume 16, the penultimate volume of Soul Eater: The Perfect Editions. It is such a great series, high quality volumes, and I'm just looking forward to see how this series is gonna end. I'm just enjoying the series so much. I've heard Okubo did not plan out Soul Eater that much except for the first few volumes, and you kind of see it, but considering that the story is actually quite well told and it's quite tight. But when you then compare it to Fire Forge, which apparently had a more planned out ending, you do see the difference, but nevertheless, I love this series. It has been such a fun ride. I am looking very much forward to hopefully getting the final volume in December and then owning all of Soul Eater in this glorious perfect edition. But yes, Soul Eater 16, one volume to go, and I'm so stoked about finally having it. And next up we have the Elusive Samurai Volume 7. So I am continuing with collecting the Elusive Samurai. I can't say much about it. I saw actually today, because I was at my local store, I saw that after volume 9 or 10, these spines are gonna switch from red to white, which either indicates a massive shift in narrative or tone, or a time skip. Don't know what it's gonna be, but I'm looking forward to it. But yes, Elusive Samurai Volume 7, let's get on with the other usual gonna catch up volumes, shall we? And next up we have Jujutsu Kaisen Volume 23. The only thing I can say about this is that currently I have been reading everything up until Volume 22. We are in the culling game. I like the idea of the culling game, even though it kind of just feels like an excuse to have some sort of battle royale. I still think it is an interesting premise, and they can get a lot of interesting information, the characters in here, from the culling games. That being said, I am not a fan of the translator for Jujutsu Kaisen, because he insists on making things as confusing as possible. It is often that things are very complicated, described, and people are talking in very cryptic ways, whereas when I was following the final fight of the series, because everyone was just spoiling it, and just thought, let's just write this out, even though I haven't read all of the series up until that point. Let's just see it. All the fan translations of Jujutsu Kaisen was much more clear and easy to understand, and was making sure that the dialogue was more natural, easier to follow, and you kind of got an idea of what Gege wanted to tell the reader, compared to this translator, I'm not gonna call them names, but translator, who insists on making it as a complex and complicated as possible. I don't know if it's to seem like a better translator because they understand the real nuances and complexity of the Japanese language. I have no idea. But the translation of Jujutsu Kaisen I'm not a real fan of, but the overall story, the art and action sequences and such are fine. It's not top tier, but I do enjoy it. So that's all I'm gonna say about it. Alright, Jujutsu Kaisen Volume 23. Let's jump on to the next one. And next up we have Dandadan Volume 7. These volumes and these spines are downright gorgeous. I love them. They are so colorful, neon colors. Dandadan is one of the series where you will definitely appreciate the spine work, because it looks magnificent on the shelf. Holy hell. Alright, Dandadan Volume 7. Let's continue on with these catching up volumes, shall we? And next up we have Sakamoto Days Volume 8. making good progress on my wish list. My goal this year is 10 volumes, 8 down, 2 to go. And considering we have 2 months left, possibility I will manage to do it. But since I haven't read a single chapter, I cannot say too much about it, except that the covers looks awesome. It looks like a decent series. It looks like it's up my alley. And I know what I like, and I'm usually pretty good to determine if a series is for me or not when I'm starting buying it. I haven't been wrong yet. Maybe a little bit on Sundame, but still, overall, I kind of enjoyed it, so let's hoping I'm continuing this trend. Alright, let's get on to the final volume of my catching up series, shall we? And next up we have Chainsaw Man Volume 16. So here we are getting close to the most bad shit aspect of part 2 so far, but it is about the cult stuff. As of now, part 2 is not as strong as part 1, but I think one of the reasons for that is that we have not gotten the full part yet, and can then, like we can with part 1, just binge read the whole thing and then get the full experience, because often people complain about the part on arc based on their week-to-week reading experience, whereas manga was never meant to only be consumed week-to-week or chapter by chapter. It was meant to be consumed volume by volume, and often a whole arc in one sitting, essentially. But nevertheless, I really do enjoy it, and I love how different the story, the characters, the way the story is told is from part 1. So it's not just a rehash. So Chainsaw Man keeps being unpredictable, which is awesome. Alright, that is my usual catching up series. I only have 3 more entries to go, but holy shit are they epic. Let's get to it. First up we have Neon Genesis Evangelion Volume 3, Volume 4, and Volume 5. So with this, and I own all of Neon Genesis Evangelion in the manga format at least. This has been on my wanted list since probably before I started collecting manga on this channel. Neon Genesis Evangelion, technically the 14 volumes there is, so the 4 3-in-1s and this 2-in-1. I've also never seen the anime, so I don't know what I'm getting into, except that it is a mech manga series, but I also know it's much more than just a mech manga series. But yes, Neon Genesis Evangelion, and I love the fact that it has connected spines. You might not think that, but just looking at it, it has connected spines, but if you look at the top, it actually spells out Evangelion, so it does indeed have connected spines. Who'da thunk? Alright, we only have 2 more series to go, and then that will be it. Are we also gonna check in on my wishlist? But yes, the next one, personally, is a huge one. And that is Jaco the Galactic Patrolman. Holy shit. This is my white whale. This has been on my wanted list for years. Pretty sure it has been on my list ever since I started having a wish list, especially because it's connected to the Dragon Ball universe. Sure, I do not have Dragon Ball Super. That's because the manga has not really wowed me that much, and also it's not drawn, or it was not drawn by Akira Toriyama. It's only supervised by him. But yes, I finally got that stupid white whale off my list. So stoked about it. Alright, we only have 1 finally entry to go, and then that will be it. Yeah, and that is Trigun, the Deluxe Edition. No numbers, anything, it's just Trigun, the Deluxe Edition. I was a bit against the red color on this because the Hellsing is also crimson red, but this is darker red than the Hellsing, so they are not too simple. This looks awesome. The gold foiling, the engraved gun here, and yes, Dark Horse Deluxe Editions are expensive as hell, but I just know that I love that edition more than a normal volume. So I'm stoked that I can actually be able to collect Trigun in Deluxe Editions. I'm just glad that we're actually gonna make progress on Trigun. Finally, a year late. So that is my manga haul. Now let's take a look at my wish list. So let's bring up the list right here. Alright, so first one. This one is actually, let's get on to the other one. We're gonna start with the other one because Trigun Deluxe Edition, I managed to get it, so I'm gonna cross that one out. The only thing that's kind of worrying me about this list is Trigun Maximum 1 and 2, because they are Deluxe Editions. I'm gonna have to collect one each month, so November and December. It's doable, definitely, but it's gonna, it might impact the other entries, but we'll see it when we get to there in December. Let's jump on to the first original list right here, because there's a lot of progress on this one. So first of all, Soul Eater, the perfect edition. Yes, we will get volume 17 at December. Hopefully we'll manage to get it before the end of the year, but that depends on Blackwells. But nevertheless, I committed to 16 volumes, got volume 16. We are crossing that one out. Then there's Jujutsu Kaisen, committed to 23 volumes, got volume 23. Hey, that's another one, crossing that one out. Then there's Chainsaw Man. Again, I committed to 16 volumes. I think we will get volume 17 later this year. Not sure, but it doesn't really matter. Not committed to that one. 16 volumes, crossing that one out. And then my white whale, Jaco, the Galactic Patrol. Been on there forever. I mean, this is really the year where I'm making good progress on series that's been on my wanted list or wish list for years, like Fire Punch and such. I am rushing it out. I mean, looking at both this first list right here and also the second one, there's a huge chance I might actually be able to get all of it. It all depends on Trigun Maximum Volume 1 and 2, but we'll see when we get to it. So essentially, that is my manga haul of October 2024. Making a lot of progress, and I am very much stoked about November and December, because I mean, I have to order it first, but November might as well also be a month where I'm crossing out a lot of series. Then it's all up to December to see, can we make this the year where I finally manage to get everything on my manga wish list. I'm gunning for it, but making no promises, but I'm gunning for it. Alright, I've kept you here long enough. That is my manga haul of October 2024. What does your manga haul look like? And also, are you looking forward to next year? Any series you have your eyes on that I might consider putting on my wish list in January? I mean, might as well starting preparing it right now, because before I know it, we are in 2025 already. Jesus Christ. Alright, whatever you think and whatever you have of a haul, comment below and me your thoughts. And as always, until I see you in the next video, just remember to stay on. See ya.